Good morning. It's Tuesday, January 17th. And today I'm realizing that my life is much more expensive than I thought. I've been just reflecting on, and I haven't done the budgeting yet, but I suspect what I'm going to see is that the true cost of having pets is much more than I put in my monthly budget, which I think was almost nothing. I think I put in one of the pets, what do you call that stuff? The health, that I have pet insurance for one of them because he's been a pain in the ass before. But yeah, this month I had to take somebody to the vet for routine stuff. It was over $300. Found out that I have to take someone else to the vet in February and another one to the vet before June. So that's going to come up to about $1,000. Also needed to add a litter box, change my kitty litter, and could not find my scoop. So two kinds of kitty litter now, because we're running an experiment, so two kinds of kitty litter, new box, new scoop, bought cat food. I've got to get budgeting and write it all down, but I think I might have spent a couple $100 on my pets again today. And those aren't optional. They're not frivolous expenses. They're just par for the course. They're taking care of members of the household. Saving money is harder than I thought, and going in debt, not going in debt is way trickier than I thought. I also had some excitement with my pay because the problems are never ending. I did get it sorted, but no thanks to my direct management team. I had to go to other parts of where I'm employed and get help. And thank goodness I know somebody else who works there who was able to give me good advice. And again, it didn't come from the people I've been doing the work for. They just very cavalierly said, "Oh, well, you'll get paid more next time. Your hours didn't go in. Oh, well," and didn't care if I defaulted on my mortgage. So that was a little concerning. And I felt like a teenager trying to explain why I deserved allowance, really. And it really was kind of triggering. And I'm starting to think now maybe one of my emotional or mental problems is actually having complex PTSD, because I felt triggered by it in some way that wasn't nice for me. And I had to back up and take some deep breaths and then very calmly approach it from another angle, which really worked a lot better than being upset. Anyhow, all that to say, I feel like I'm drowning. I'm drowning in housework, I'm drowning in teenager problems, and I'm drowning in finances. And my very expensive plow company, I haven't finished paying them off. And you know what? I'm thinking now I might not, because I haven't been getting the service from them either. Again, they came as an afterthought. 2 days after this last storm, I was on my own dealing with it on Friday when it was almost an emergency. Pretty much was an emergency for us. The kids couldn't go to school. I barely got to work. Turned out I was working alone. And then I had extra trouble to get home from work. And then when I got home, couldn't get in because they still hadn't come and plowed at all. So that was Friday. Saturday went by. I had to send them a couple of angry emails. When I got up Sunday, they'd plowed like half my driveway because, of course, they came while I was sleeping and my car was in there. And have they come back to do a second pass now? It's Tuesday? No, because they're not going to. So I don't really know why I paid $800 for that. They still haven't come and finished cleaning the steps, by the way. They came once during the storm, but the front steps are pretty much impassable. I paid to have a double driveway plowed and front steps done, and they're just not doing it. So another realization that I had is I really do need to get the bunkie in, because I need a safe and sheltered outdoor space for things like a snowblower, which is really going to save me money in the long run. I also had Reliance come this week and look at getting a heat pump installed here, and realized that that would be much cheaper and more efficient way to air condition. And in the process of looking at that, they told me that the furnace that's here is insufficient for the house, and that the little fan would be running all the time and just not able to pump the air upstairs. Ductwork could be a little bit to blame, and I could try insulating it, but I mean, really, he looked right away and he's like, it's not the right furnace for this house. So in order to get a heat pump, I also have to get a new furnace. And I can maybe get that on a monthly plan and qualify for some government rebates that would save money on it as an environmental improvement. But I didn't have space for that in the budget, and I still haven't been saving the money for the bunkie, and things just keep coming up, you know. I'm just really despairing that I can do this. I hope I can do this. I really want to do this. Anyway, I need to sit down later with a pen and paper and look at again, maybe where we might have a leaky boat and I can save more. But I think ultimately I need to be making at least twice what I'm making now, and still with the support from their dad that we're getting now, and still with the support from the government that we get now. And I know when my income goes up, one of those will probably go down, if not both of them. So it's just really hard to pull ahead at all. I can barely breathe. Anyhow, that's my update.